was very important for us to find the balance between playable
Hey guys, Konga here, and today we are going to be reviewing the Hellcat 105 HMC, the tank which you would have gotten for free if you completed all 3 months for summer games. And if you did not, and let's say you only finished 2, then you would get it for 950 gold, I believe. If you only finished 1, then you get it for 1900. And if you didn't finish them at all, but you want to pick one up, it's 3,800 gold. And is it worth? I'm going to get right off the bat. I don't think it's quite worth 3,800 gold. I don't think any Tier 6 premiums are usually worth. No, I really don't. I think the Snakebite could be worth it. The T-3488 just for crew training could be worth it. But otherwise, Tier 6 premiums usually aren't a place which I would hang out. So, for buying this tank, unless you get a discount, I wouldn't recommend it at all. Now let's get into the tank. We're not going to be looking on the computer or anything like that for stats. We're just going to be looking at the in-game stats here on console because, in my experience is more experience than computer, okay? So, let's take a quick look. If we go into the packages here, or we press Y on the tank, tank information, it has no armor, okay? It's a Hellcat. You can HE this thing with pretty much everyone, except the gun. The gun is the thickest point. The gun that counts as 40 millimeters, okay? But yeah, you can HE this anywhere and everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere. Look at this, the hull is 12. Alright, cool. The top armor is 7. So, yeah, okay. So there's that. What else we got? Modules. If you go to modules, look in the right. Remember, standard shell and near penetration mean nothing. That is the average of all 3 shell types put together, okay? So we won't be looking at that just yet. The engine is the first thing we will look at instead, and as you can see, it has a 400 horsepower engine with a power rate of 24.24. It's actually pretty good. That's better than the Hellcats. So keep that in mind. I think it's got 2 more horsepower per ton than the regular Hellcat. Top speed is 65, while the Hellcats is 72. The reverse speed on this is a catch. It's 12. The Hellcats is 20, and that's quite annoying. I've experienced the slowness a few times, so keep that in mind. Fire chance is 20% if you get hit in the engine. So that means if your engine gets hit, there's a 20% chance it bursts into flames. It has nothing to do with fuel tanks. Fuel tanks, if they're hit, they have a chance to explode as well, because they have module damage. Fuel tanks do. So if your fuel tanks get hit and the gun that hits it is enough to destroy your fuel tanks, you'll get set on fire. If it's not, and you get hit in the fuel tanks, they'll turn orange, and then if you get hit again, then they will explode. You'll catch on fire, so keep that in mind. The gun, reload time, 10.5 seconds. Not terrible, considering what kind of gun you have. That's actually pretty good. Aiming time, 2.4 seconds. I didn't really have an issue with the aiming time. That's actually quite decent. Accuracy, 0.4. That's going to troll you a little bit. Accuracy while moving, 8.32. You're not going to be hitting on the move very much. During turret rotation, there's 1.18. That's not too bad. Signal range, don't care. Elevation is 20, which is really good. Depression is 10, which is really good. The ground resistances are 1.1, 1.3, and 2.2, which is the same as the Hellcat. Though this thing does turn, I believe, 2 degrees faster. Or is it the same? I think it's the same as the Hellcat, actually. But this right here, the view range is 360, which is actually... It's decent. It's decent enough to take optics if you have a good crew, and food if you want to get about 444 or 445 view range. But the turret rotation speed is 14 degrees a second, which is 2 degrees slower than the Hellcat. So that's really slow. That's one of the slowest in the game. Signal range, ammunition, AP travels at 850 meters a second, heat 800, and HE 780. Alright. And the concealment on the right, you see, it has 37% camo rating while standing still, which is really good, and 22 while moving. And this tank has 600 hit points. Okay. Last thing we'll talk about the tank is the gun in here. Let's see. And this is where the tank is a little bit interesting, okay? You have 165 millimeters of penetration on your standard rounds, which is really good for a Tier 6 tank destroyer. And you have 320 alpha, which is really good for a Tier 6 tank destroyer. And then this is where it gets even more interesting. Your heat shells have 208 millimeters of penetration, which is enough to deal with 7s and 8s if you aim well. And it has 350 alpha. your gun actually gains penetration and alpha. This is one of my least favorite kinds of rounds in this game, is a round that's just better. And that's what this one is. This is just blatantly a better round, is the heat. And I'm going to be firing a lot of these, because why wouldn't you? If you're playing a tank like this, why would you not be firing your heat shells when you're doing more damage per shot? Then your HE is 56 millimeters of penetration with 410 alpha, which is something else I like using a lot, is the HE. But there we go. That is the tank in a nutshell. I haven't played the Hellcat in probably 4.5 or 5 years, so I can't tell you if this is better than the Hellcat. But I can tell you that this tank, in my opinion, feels a little bit too good. Like, it's so easy to do damage in this tank. You just need to shoot twice and you've done your own damage. And it's fairly mobile, you know, gets the position well, hard to see. It's a really good tank. It's not absolution levels of broken, but when you're two-shotting same tier tanks and one-shotting tier 4s, you know, and it's not even a derpy gun, so keep that in mind. But anyway, let's go see a live gameplay. Actually, before we do, let's look at my equipment loadout. I have a gun rammer, binoculator telescope, and camouflage net. I run 15 AP, 15 heat, 10 HE, small, and I run food to increase the accuracy, so keep that in mind as well. I also have camouflage on the tank, so there is that. Let's go look at a pre-recorded game, and then we'll pull it out live in front of you guys. So I did not mention the silver and XP multipliers of the Hellcat 105, so let's get into those now. The Hellcat 105 makes 40% extra credits, so that's pretty good, and it makes 30% extra experience, which is about average for tier 6, so nothing special there. Also, this tank does turn 2 degrees faster than the Hellcat, which I just looked up now, just to make sure. That way there's nobody like, oh, clone guy, the Hellcat turns slower than the Hellcat 105 HMC. Which is fine, though, because you can feed my comments, feed the algorithm. That's fine. You can do that if you'd like. But here we go. We are on Pilsen, and we have our AP load, but we're going to switch to heat fairly soon in this game, where it's just like, wait a minute, why on earth am I shooting AP? These first couple shots I decided to shoot AP because of these doors. You can shoot through them. Heat cannot shoot through them. But, boom, there we go. You can see the alpha. We roll for 348 damage with our 320 alpha gun. No problem there whatsoever. Can we finish him off here? Come on, fire it off. The shell goes a little bit low. It was a little bit of a clutch shot, and we are unable to connect, unfortunately, there. But now we have this jumbo. We're going to try to shoot through. Nope. We had no shot, actually. And we pull away. We don't want to get hit there. And this is a fast game. It starts off kind of slow. I kind of just sit here. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with the game. But then as it speeds up, the tank does very well with a sped up game, okay? And that's because of the tank's speed and its alpha, its raw firepower. Allows it to do... well, allows it to keep up with the pace of the game. There's a T-29 right there. He is pulled in front of us. Can we put a shell into him? We're going to try to aim up a shot. We've loaded our heat shells. Boom! We penetrate him. I don't know exactly how much damage we did to him, but it was a heat penetration. And now we're up to 800 total damage. Can we shoot him one more time? No, we don't have to. He gets finished off, but it was us who tracked him. Can we shoot this guy? He's not looking at us. Now he is. We fire off the shell. I think we missed. There was a little... his name flickered like somebody bounced off him, but I think it was the guy next to us who bounced off of him. I'm going to try it again, but wait, there is an IS. Can we put a shell into the IS? No, we can't. That guy's looking. Let's try to snap a shell into him. No, he's pulled back. Going to try to put a heat shell through his turret, but unfortunately we hit his upper hull, and we bounce off. Unfortunately there. But this IS is starting to move in. I don't think there's a need to sacrifice my health going after this E2, so we're going to snap a shot into him there because the E2 kind of pulled back. He pulls back out and is unable to hit us there because he had to re-aim his shot. So we got a free shot into the IS, but it doesn't matter anyway because there's the IS. We put another heat shell into him, and that's all we're going to be shooting the rest of this game, guys, is heat. Because, yet again, why would you shoot AP when you're doing more damage with heat? It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't think... like I said, I don't like that style of rounds. I think if you're going to gain alpha, you should lose penetration. I think if you're going to gain penetration, you should lose alpha, and we finish him off with a shell there. I think that's fair. But anyway, now we see, okay, we were losing that flank down there. Do I want to try to get one more shot into this guy? Not really. Maybe we can shoot this T-21. No shots on the T-21. Now might be a good time to run away, but we do still have one more tank destroyer left. No, okay, I've decided. This is it. I'm out. Peace. I'm leaving. I don't want to be here anymore. Let's go. Actually, this guy. Can we get a nice free shot into him? We're going to try. There we go. We're going to aim. This gun is in the way, so we're going to go for his lower plate, which is actually the thickest part of a jumbo's hull, is the lower plate. The higher up you hit a jumbo, the better. Until you get to the turret. The turret's pretty strong. And because of that, we bounce off. Unfortunately, the gun was just in our way, and we could not do anything about it. But now we're going to try to flank this guy here. But now he's low on health. He's not really worth it. I've changed my mind now. We need to get up high over here and kind of defend the base from up here. That's what we can do with our speed, our gun depression, our camo rating. T-21 spots us, but we have to turn the gun. That's going to take a while. So I turn the tank as well. And you see just how big the gun bloom gets. But we're aiming in, and boom. Down goes the T-21. He goes down, and we pick up our 3rd kill. Not too shabby. Now we're getting ready for the enemy team to push into our base. We're going to try to get into a position now to shoot them as they cross the open, but we were a little bit too slow because we stopped to shoot at the T-21, so the T-150 gets away. But will we be fast enough to catch this guy? Come on. No, we're just barely too slow. Yet again, if we hadn't stopped for the T-21, we may have been able to stop one of those guys. But it doesn't matter. Hindsight is 20/20. There is the T1 Heavy. We do cut him off this time. However, there is a wall in the way. We're shooting heat, so we have to wait. And boom, we put the shell in. Not too shabby. 345 alpha roll there. No problem with our 350 firing heat. We are going to two-shot him most of the time when we're firing heat out of this tank. We're up to 2,236 damage. Can we hit the 3K mark? There's just 2 tanks left. We've got the A44, and we have the T1 Heavy. We just have to put some shells in. A44 is taking some hits. He shouldn't be looking this way. Already has shots on him. However, he's got a heavy, tank destroyer, and medium all shooting at him as well. So he shouldn't be facing us. We put a shell in. 346. Now he's turning to fight us. And you see the reverse speed coming into play here. And I realize now this is probably not going to work. Can we get another shell into him? Yes, we can. We put another shell. 349 damage there. And now we're just like, you know what? Backing up isn't working. We're driving. And because of that, he aims behind where we were backing up. And as soon as we pulled forward, he fires. And he does miss the shell on us. But he's going to be loaded. He's loaded. He fires a shell. And he bounces off our tracks. Our tracks absorb it. And then we track him there because he and the artillery finish him off. And then we turn our attention to the T1 Heavy. And this pretty much, there's nothing he can do. We finish him off there with heat shell through the side. Picking up our 4th kill. Unfortunately, we don't get 5 kills because we shot the shell into the tracks of the A44, but it doesn't matter. Artie was there to shotgun him and finish him off, so we get the assist. No harm, no foul, and we get away not receiving any hits, minus from the jumbo. We make 35,000 credits spamming our premium rounds. 3,246 damage, 743 assist damage. Not too shabby. 4 kills. I think that looks like a 1,900 base experience points. I will take that. I'll take that every single day of the week. We find ourselves on Hidden Village, and I do think this tank is a little too good. Alright, I've had people tell me, no, it's not because it has no armor, or because a KV2 can one-shot it, so it's not good. KV2 can one-shot pretty much every tier 6 in the game other than the TOG 2, so that argument is void. Alright, that's a null argument. That doesn't count. And then I've also had people say, you know, it's bad because I get killed too easily in it. Well, you're playing a tank with no armor. That means you're playing it wrong, okay? It's not a frontline tank. It's a second line, third line, and you can pull off the medium role sometimes if you know, are smart enough to do so. So you shouldn't be going around expecting this thing to survive for you, because it's not going to. It is a support tank, alright? And I do think this tank is a little too good, alright? And if you're dying a lot in this tank, you're probably in the wrong position. Simple as that. A good player is going to make this tank do disgusting things. Like, this is like the T67 at tier 6, honestly. That's what this thing is. So, there's that. And also, the argument with the KV2 being able to one-shot this thing, making it not good. Well, the Death Star can one-shot an Object 430U. Does that mean the 430U isn't good? The Death Star can one-shot a Patton. Does that mean the Patton isn't good? You know? So keep those things in mind, instead of just spouting out nonsense. The KV2 is made to one-shot. That's what it's supposed to do. And plus, you have to. The KV2 will never see the Hellcat first, and the Hellcat, the KV2 has to hit the Hellcat. You know, all these factors. All these factors you have to keep in mind. So, look at this guy. Thinks he's so fancy in his fancy tank. Boom. Take it, Panzer 5-4. Take it in the face. Where'd your health go? I love shooting Panzer 5-4s. It's one of my favorite things in this game. I enjoy it too much. They're too good. He's lucky I wasn't shooting heat. We're gonna load heat now, actually, just so I can demonstrate the heat. Just the extra alpha they get. Like, you get more pen and alpha. It's kind of, like, interesting. It's like, what? Why? I don't know. Do not know. Just do. Oh, that one went low into his tracks. That's unfortunate there. And he's dead. Alright, let's continue. What's this beneath us? The deadbolt. The Raybot tank. Ooh, let's shoot it. Doesn't that sound fun? After we shoot this guy. In the side. For 380, setting him on fire and killing him. Wow, this is a very balanced tank if you ask me. There's the 12 backwards. You see how slow this is? We might get nuked by Artie here. Might. But we're gonna let this experimental go first. See what he sees. There's the Artie. Yeah, he does want me because I kind of slaughtered his friend. Sorry. Actually, that was the Bishop. And there he is. We actually have the Alpha to one-shot him with this round. There we go. No problem. He's dead. Out of the game forever. No, just kidding. He'll just respawn in a different tank. Alright, can we shoot this guy once? Ugh! No, we missed. We didn't quite have the shot on him, but now we do. We'll just stand here and kill him in about 2 seconds. As long as no one else shoots him, he's mine. There we go. Boom. Fantastilino. Let's go after the next tank we see. Ooh, 2 heavily armored tanks. Good thing we have heat as our better rounds because that makes sense. I want to do more damage. Well, here we go. This will be more damage. Well, I guess we'll just shoot this light tank then. Before he kills himself. You're dead. Alright, come here, little... Oh no, he was out in the open. He's still out in the open. We still have a shot. No, we had a shot. Alright, let's use our speed now. This is why we have it. Dang, now he's pulling out in the open. That's okay. We're just going to close the distance. One more shot and we're at 2,000, so I'll take that. These guys both have a bit of armor. He has spaced armor, so he might actually be a little bit more... Oh, he's dead. He dead. He gone. He gone. Hello, Mr. Jumbo. How are you doing? You missed. And you're dead. There we go. Boom. And we didn't take any damage. Why? Because we were playing the supporting role. And look, 2,088 damage playing the support role. Okay? That is the Hellcat HMC. In a nutshell. One take. One game. That's all we needed. That's all we needed. Ace tanker, I'll take that. You know, easy peasy. Look at the damage compared to the other team and my team. I only need to shoot 9 times. I penetrated 7 shots, guys, and I did over 2,000 damage. Wow. Wow, that is the Hellcat. It's definitely just too good. It's really good. Okay, it's really good. But yeah, that's the tank in a nutshell. What do you guys think of it? Do you have one? Do you think it's a little too good? Do you not like it? I know it's gonna be one of those tanks where a lot of people don't like it and don't think it's overpowered just because of the health and the armor. But it just means you're playing it wrong, and you'll learn. Don't sell the tank if you got it for free. I don't recommend you sell the tank. I think you should keep it, because maybe one day you'll figure it out. One day you will. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, slap that like button, comment, subscribe. Make sure you go check out SpaceBet and GotADingy's YouTube's links in the description below. And before we go, what did we do to this guy? We just hit him in the fuel tank. Exactly what I mentioned before. We had enough alpha to blow his fuel tanks when we hit with one singular shot. I will see you guys all there. Take care, everyone, and peace out.